Hey guys, welcome to my video about constructing an inclusive community in Atlanta. I know that everyone craves for being incorporated in an inclusive community, but the future will run oppositely. Only when we start to construct an inclusive future on our own rather than just imagine. Currently, Atlanta is facing with a homelessness problem, but unfortunately, the future will be even worse. The pandemic has raised the unemployment rate drastically, especially for the low-income group, and it's not easy to stop this trend in a short run. Chronically, the increasingly overwhelming life pressure due to losing job, suffocate people, making them end up in the street. Actually, according to the most recent annual survey by the U.S. Conference of Mayors, unemployment and low wages are both within top 4 leading causes of homelessness, and the top 1 is lack of affordable housing. On this slide, the words by central bank indicate that the COVID-19 and the measures taken to protect public health has induced a sharp decline in U.S. economic activity. On the image on the right show the workers remove the blackouts at Apple stores during the phase 2 reopening. It reveals the struggle for returning to the normal economic activity. In fact, the most severe job losses has been sustained by those with lower earning. They are more vulnerable than the skilled or professional employees. Even if they do not lose their job, their low wages make it hard to support their family, especially during the quarantine. As shown in the photo, in Atlanta, Matt Hauser's current mission is to build temporary shelters for homeless people and help them return to normal life. But I think they need some adjustment for the larger number of homeless people in the future. The shelters can only accommodate a small number of homeless people. With increasing number of homeless people, the more house should be applied. Currently, Mad House build shelters in individual properties which limit the number in the future. While Mad House continue this operation method, they should also raise funds to build dorm-like apartment constructions. Increasing number of homeless people generate other impact to the Atlanta community. Mr. Freidenbach has disclosed that homeless people are extremely vulnerable to infections and diseases. The current pandemic will be unlikely to end in a short period. While people in housing were able to shelter their in a space, the same opportunity was not allowed for unhoused people. They have low hygiene conditions and are directly exposed to the virus and the pollution. Currently, the government has taken some steps to address the need for them. They create emergency shelters and expand tax treatment for homeless people. But the government funding is limited, and there's numerous homeless people across the nation. So Mad Housers at this point not only need to provide shelters for the homeless people, but also focus on personal hygiene for the large number of homeless people that are still on the street. Specifically, first, they can provide personal protective equipment for them, and second, they can provide tents that separate different people apart to maintain the social distance. And third, they can regularly check their health condition, and these steps can even be implemented after the pandemic. Homeless people having mental issues will have negative effect to the community. The data shows that 25% of homeless people were seriously mental ill, and 45% had a mental illness. By comparison, only 4.2% of U.S. adults have been diagnosed with serious mental health. The reason why they are more likely to develop mental issues is obvious. Living in the street with no incomes, no homes, or make them feel they are the one that abandoned by the society, and they have slim hope for to get the job again. So gradually, they will lose hope. The combination of the mental illness and homelessness can lead to serious impact, both to their lives and to the society. They are more likely to abuse alcohol and drugs. Also, homelessness among people with mental illness can lead to more encounters with police and courts. Most of the mentally ill say they prefer a supportive housing, but how to make the environment supportive? I think the most important thing is to make them feel be equally treated. Volunteers can reach out to them regularly, listening to their stories. Sometimes even casual chat will change their pessimistic mindset. When the pandemic comes, the number of homeless people increases, the neighborhood becomes even more exclusive to the homeless people, making homeless people even harder to back to the community. For the neighborhood, the first concern is whether they bring infection, although they are worried about whether they will bring crimes. In these cases, we need community partners to take their part. First, testing the COVID-19 before they were brought back to reside in the community, and second, they need to be sure, are they really ready to be reintegrated into the neighborhood? If they do, ensure neighbors of their choice. Not all exclusions is instantaneously visible. Some of them seem very natural and irreversible. For example, the progressive gentrification. It seems a common progress of economic development and urban expansion. But the fact is, all the benefit from the advancement are solely enjoyed by the higher class. As for the lower wage group, they are uprooted from their homes. To solve these problems, Feldman can deal with the construction company, the management department of housing and Greenland to offer more job opportunities for them. These will elevate their living standard and help them stay in their home. Also, organizations can contact the government to set reserved places that cannot be purchased by private company. My video is all about building an inclusive community during and after pandemic. I mainly focus on homeless issues and following problems, and also talk about future solutions for the exclusion. Thank you.